Manchester United 0, Atletico Madrid 1, a game that was played in Oslo in a very good weather at close to 25 degrees in the FU, not bad in the FU for the weather as how it has been in United Kingdom and very many other areas like United States of America where the heat was so much and unbearable in there for you. So welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're really watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Obviously, United have lost their first game of the season. You know that very well. We've been winning most of them and we've drawn one, but towards the end, I think everything has been really exposed to a level of us knowing that there are departments in our team that are really missing and so much calling from the board to come in really and get in players that the manager is really telling them to go in and bring because we look like we are short in there for you. But all in all, I've seen some positives in this game of football. Really, I've seen some positives there for you. At least our build-up play is really trying to build up in the for you, and the reason as to why you can't really come in through and really see it to the level of being at completion is the quality in our midfield. The flair is really lacking. There is no way you can ask Scott McTominay to act like a Frankie de Jong. He can't act like a Pedri. He can't act like a Jorginho. You get? So it shows you that in some aspects of the midfield we're 100% lacking in quality. So 100% believe that as Joe Motaf and Richard Arnold were watching this game, they got to know that the midfield area is really lacking. You get? We need to get in players as being requested by the manager as soon as possible because we couldn't control that midfield always. Most of the games that have been winning, you saw us really passing through the midfield of these players, of these teams with ease. But this time, Kondobia was really a very big blocking factor to that midfield and we couldn't go past them. And you couldn't see lots of movements, especially in the midfield, and we were allowed to pass in the wide areas. That's where our passing was taking place. But the central axis, we couldn't really see ourselves really getting ourselves to the level we are supposed to be in the FU as far as this game of football is concerned. So I will believe that that is something that it should be addressed immediately after this game of football that we played against the side which goes by Atletico Madrid. Obviously, the goalkeeper really did great. Obviously, the defenders, I have no problem with them. But the way we were passing was really good. The confidence is building up in the central defense. Harry Maguire looks like he's really gaining himself to where he's supposed to be. I think the manager is really improving him a lot. Especially if I do remember that goal that ball through. I think it was dropped by Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. And then Carrasco beat Lindelof and then he remained one-on-one with Harry Maguire. The way Harry Maguire played in that situation, he held himself back and really controlled and really managed to send him from the middle of the goal to the wide area of the goal, and then he really blocked that shot that was really going to take. So I really believe that Erik ten Hag is doing a very good job on Harry Maguire. And the reason as to why Harry Maguire is going to be so much integral into this team is because he's a ball-playing centre-back. And the first quality of any central defender in the system of players, of managers like Erik ten Hag, is that the ability to play the ball. Harry Maguire is a ball-playing centre-back. Obviously, I mean, this is what he had last season, him being slow and every aspect in the field, but he's a ball-playing centre-back. And Erik ten Hag would like to build his defense on him because he knows that whenever he's given that ball, he's not going to be timid. He won't fidget. You get? Fear won't strike through his entire body and really hit the ball anyhowly. So he really believes that United, being a team that is going to be a football possession team, we are supposed to be having close to the lion's share possession of the game. And that means we are going to be attacked not so very many times. You get? I think Erik ten Hag is getting it right onto that. However, much people say that Harry Maguire is well, but I believe if you're a manager like Erik ten Hag, you have a player like Harry Maguire, most expensive central defender, I think, in the world, obviously, £80 million, that's it. He's the captain. He has proven in some games because we are not blind. When we bought him, he was really good. But the problem is all of the players of United have suffered from being underdeveloped under the era of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So if a manager comes in through and really sees something good in him, let's support the manager. Let's support the manager. Unless otherwise, he acts like an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. When Harry Maguire cost us very many games and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer couldn't drop him to bring in another defender, yet we had very many. Rafael Varane, Eric Bay, Victor Lindelof. So he couldn't really go ahead and really gift any of those chance and really kept Harry Maguire on the field of play, and he got him sacked because all the games that led to his sacking, we conceded very many goals because of Harry Maguire. And if it reaches that extent and Erik ten Hag doesn't really sell or get Maguire out of our team, then we'll be so much saying, all right, you are the one who is responsible for our loss and we are really sending you out of the team because you are really keeping Harry Maguire into our central defense. Yet we have better central defenders in there for you because this time round we are having very many. Even Lisandro Martinez coming in through, obviously coming in to play alongside Harry Maguire. We know that. But I will believe that let's give the manager a chance and let's give Harry Maguire another chance. And I don't really believe in any person or player of Manchester United, any fan of United who says that there are some players who deserve a second chance and others don't deserve a second chance. These players equally deserve a second chance. If we've all taken a decision that the manager should give these players second chances and they're taking them and using them, then who are we to start excluding certain players from this benefit? Let every player benefit from the second chance, because in the first season, don't expect the manager to come in here and really change everything. No, he won't. What the manager will do is that we'll get in the players he wants and then try to integrate them into the already existing team. And obviously, you have to go ahead and really test this team that has been here and playing. You get? They know themselves a lot. You don't have a lot of time to stay to spend with them. So you just have to play them as you've seen Erik ten Hag playing them, because obviously the first game of Liverpool, he played with the same Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ralf Rangnick side. You know that very well. We won. The second time, he did the same thing. The third time, he included Malacia only. You get? So he has been playing like that, which is not bad for me. I really believe that it's another positive that we should come in and really talk about a lot and hail. Because if he can improve these players, then the better. You get? Because they know the Premier League, they are well suited, and they're only lacking that knowledge of improvement from the manager and the approach of how we approach these games in there for you. So 100% believe that Erik ten Hag is doing a good job, because we continue to play highline today amidst Atletico Madrid being a team that really gets us on the break. Obviously, they got us on the break like once or twice, but they didn't beat Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof. That's another positive, because they're having fast forwards. Carrasco is not something to joke about. You get? Because when you look at Atletico Madrid, they started with two forwards in the name of Correa and Cunha. Those two are really so much fast. Guys, they're fast center forwards, but we never gave them a chance of really operating in that area. Obviously, when you look at the shots on target that they had, they're not very many. But who had the most of the game, most of the ball? It was United. But obviously, we need to go on and do more into this game of football. But you can't ask a stone milk. You get? You can't ask a stone milk. So, there are players we are having, like Scott McTominay, you can't ask him to act like a Frankie de Jong. So, meaning that certain things that are being asked from these players are really beyond their levels of performance. So that means the manager should go in and really get really backed. 3 signings in, more should be brought in, because I really believe that this game is an eye-opener. This game and that of Aston Villa have shown you that we can really win the game. We can create chances, but time will come when a plan B is needed to take the game. Sorry about that. That when a plan B is needed to take the game to the next level, who are you going to trust it with it? You get? So, 100% believe we should go in and really get this game to the next level by bringing in other players, especially being requested in by the manager. Obviously, Eriksen came in through. What a positive to see. And just like 3 minutes on the field of play, he really found himself looking for for Elanga and Rashford in the defender's box area of Atletico Madrid in a with a pinpointing cross or ball that really failed Rashford to really head it into the back of the net. So it shows you that when Eriksen comes in through, we get control of the game with Danny Van Beek. When they're away, there is some bit of stagnancy into the United game, especially Bruno Fernandes dropped the ball very, very many times. Something that I believe that Erik ten Hag is going to go ahead and tell him, please, I hate that. We are here to control the game of football, not to lose it. I think Ten Hag really is going to have to go ahead and tell him, please, that is not something I really want to see into my game of football as you come in here to do the needful and play for me. That is what Ten Hag really hates a lot. Doing aimless passes, blind passes, and I really believe that even the goal we conceded was because Bruno Fernandes had lost possession. I think he lost possession, then they capitalized onto that, and Joe Felix, the man who really knocked out single-handedly out of the Champions League round of 16, has done it again. He scored away against us in Madrid. He came at Old Trafford, he scored, and again in the preseason, he has really gone ahead to score against us. So it shows you what quality brings. He's a quality player, and he really took that shot with precision, and it really went in the back of the net. So I really believe that lots of things to learn into this game, that our midfield is really lacking. We need to strengthen our midfield. That's it. Our midfield is still weak. It's still weak. Scott McTominay and Freddie, to me, are non-starters. I say this with authority. They are non-starters. I say this with authority because we didn't get our forward so much on the ball. That's why you saw Anton Martial. He never got a clear-cut chance. The only chance he really got was a ball that was played through the midfield. Then he made a run of close to 30-40 yards from the center, and then he was pushed a little bit by the defender of Atletico Madrid and hit that ball over the net, over the bar for you. But how many times did we get him on the ball? That's why you saw him pull himself a lot more deeper to get that ball. And every time you see your center forward pulling himself a lot more deeper to get himself to the ball, just know that it's really, 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 really bad. That's bad news, guys. You get? If you can't get him on the ball, that means the midfield isn't linking that ball a lot to the forwards. That is something that should work on. And we need a player, either Frankie de Jong, a Paredes, or a Tielemans, to come on and do that job. Fred Anderson, Scott McTominay, none of those can do that job. Fred is trying. He tries aimlessly, but because he's being played in a role that does not suit his build-up and technicality and his football technicalities, he has been sent off today. They've red-carded him. You've seen him. Why? He's being forced to do a job that is not his because that's not him. Fred is good playing as a box-to-box player, but he's not good playing as a sitting midfielder or a central defensive midfielder. We are lacking that player into our system, guys. We should go ahead and really embrace the new system of play, and De Jong is so much integral in the system. I don't know whether the manager is going to get in players like Lisandro Martinez to play in there for you before he gets in Frankie De Jong, but I'm worried. By the way, I'm 100% worried as we play Brighton. We play which other team? Brentford. And our third game is the one that is making me worry. Because for Brentford and Brighton, I know we can beat them at Old Trafford convincingly. We are going to outpass them. But Liverpool game. I know Liverpool won't come and shame us as they ashamed us at Old Trafford, 5-0. They are going to come. We are going to outpass them. I know that very well. But what is the result going to be? The midfield of Liverpool is really so much great and good. So, are we going to compete with such a team like Liverpool, guys? Do you copy, guys? Do you copy? I would like to chip in all these things because we are getting into a season that we need lots of things to happen for Manchester United. We need to see ourselves really winning convincingly. You get? The Ten Hag ball is improving, our passing is improving at least. You can see to it that we can put up a couple of like 10 passes. We can pass from the back up to the front line, you get, and then threaten the opponent when you've not really hit a long ball in there for you. But we need our midfield to be strengthened again. And if at all that midfield is strengthened, I have told you that we are really going to go in and really compete favorably. I really came out and talked about this point into the match build-up. I told you that if United brings in 4 more signings, Frankie de Jong, Dumfries, Sesko, and Anthony, if we can really get them on, I think we are going to really compete for the league. That's it. Because we're having a manager who is here to win. He's obsessed with winning. And if at all he adds in those 4 players, it's really going to be a different side of United altogether. You won't expect to see Fred and Scott McTominay in that double midfield pivot. It will always be either De Jong and Eriksson, either De Jong and Freddie. You get? Then we'll be having a strong midfield that can cancel out others. But you can't tell me you're going to compete in the season when you're having Freddie and Scott McTominay. No way. No way. But all in all, we played very well. Yeah. I would like to say kudos to Malacia. To me, by the way, is my man of the match, Malacia, because I didn't see any other player that really put up a performance close to that of Malacia. The other one is Harry Maguire played very well. But I'm going to talk about Bruno Fernandes. The way he really came out and really put out close to 6 blind passes this game. That's uncalled for. And Ten Hag is going to put him down and squeeze him until, please, in my football, if you want to play my team, you shouldn't be putting out blind passes like that. And where do you lose the game of... Where do you lose it? Why do you really put up a blind pass when even there is no pressure exerted to you? It shows you that something is lacking. Something is lacking, and we should go ahead and really work upon it into this game of football. The other point I noted that was really positive was the other negative, not positive, Rashford. Again, Rashford is only coming on the field of play to look for a goal. You get? He wants to take shots aimlessly, and he doesn't want to play his fellow players more and more. And I really believe that in the first half, we had chances to capitalize and really win this game of football or really go ahead. But guess who really put us behind? Marcus Rashford. Because instead of really looking for a pass for other players who are really placed well, Rashford went for a shot. He went for a shot. You get? He went for like 3 shots that were uncalled for. You get? He should really think of really passing his players on like he really did towards the end of the second half. Instead of taking a shot, he found Anthony Elanga, and Anthony Elanga went for a baby shot. But for him, Rashford had done his job. But the positive out of all that is that at least I'm seeing glimpses of Marcus Rashford that I've always desired for to come back on the field of play. Yeah. I'm seeing the glimpses of Marcus Rashford, and he's really doing great for a side which goes by the names of Manchester United. Those glimpses are really giving me hope that maybe a spark in him is really not far away from where we are. That's what I really believe in for you. So Rashford is really a very good player, and he's trying to show to it that, all right, I can really get this job done if at all the manager really gets me to where I'm supposed to be. And secondly, the reason why I don't get to these players a lot, like attack them a lot, like Bruno, Scott McTominay, and Rashford, is they can't really get to learn the system of Erik ten Hag and how he wants them to play in just a space of 1 month. No way, because they started to play on the 12th. Today is 30th. Those are like 20 days. You get? So in 20 days, don't expect them to go through and start to learn how everything of Erik ten Hag is being played. That's why I've told people that I'm not bothered when De Jong comes in through. I'm not bothered when Anthony comes in through. I'm not bothered when Dumfries comes in through. Because even if they come here, when these other players have not yet gotten grip of the system of Erik ten Hag, it will make no sense. It will make no sense. What makes sense is that let these players that are here get used to the system of Ten Hag such that the other ones that come in just fit in that system, because they already know what Ten Hag calls for. They already know what the system of Ten Hag really calls for. So that's what I'm really telling people always. And I think you've seen it today. When Eriksson comes in through, he obviously fits into this team because he knows what Erik ten Hag is all about. You get? I really believe that we should really wait and see these other players coming in through, because these other players available should first get fit into the squad so that the others that coming through already fit in because they are really great and they know the manager very, very well in there for you. So the other point talk about is Sancho. So you've seen that right side has not been so much effective, especially Dalot has never got himself so much on the ball because of Elanga. Elanga is not a player who's like Sancho. His technical abilities are not all so much great, but he is a pace merchant. He's a pace merchant. That's his best attribute. He is running, and his press is always immense. You get? After all that, Elanga was wasteful too. He makes aimless runs. Like there is a run he made through the central axis, and instead of really playing that ball to Martial so that Martial really passes him before he makes a very good move, he went for an aimless run and threw himself in the forest of legs of close to 3 defenders of Atletico Madrid. So he needs to know when and where to do what. So Sancho, us missing on Sancho shows you that when Sancho is out of this team, or any player that is out of this starting 11, we are lacking quality and depth. That's why Anthony is needed a sub at United. If there is a player we need right now, it's De Jong, it's Anthony. Those two signings need to arrive at United immediately because if Rashford gets an injury, who plays off the left? You get? If Sancho gets an injury, who plays off the right? You've seen today, the only player that played off the right, Elanga, wasn't efficient. And I really believe that because we are having another game of football tomorrow, but a player who goes by the names of Amad Diallo, I think would have given us something better. He would have given us a game. You get? Cameos would have been seen today of him sitting down those players in there for you because Anton Elanga is known for his pace only. He's a pace merchant. That's it. That's it. So let's go into these stats and then we'll be seeing other things coming in through slowly by slowly in there for you. But detailed attention is always given to what Erik ten Hag really considers most in his game of football in there for you. United had 13 shots. Atletico Madrid had 7. 4 shots on target for United, 2 shots on target for a side which goes by names of Atletico Madrid. 56% ball possession. We are going to talk about that when I return. That is something that Ten Hag won't embrace. Atletico had 44%. 481 passes completed by United. Atletico Madrid completed 377. 86% passing accuracy. And Atletico Madrid had 78. There for you. When you look at the fouls, we made 19 fouls. Those were very many. And they made 14. 2 yellow cards for United. 4 yellow cards for Atletico Madrid. 1 red card for United. Obviously, it went to Fred Rodriguez. And 0 for Atletico Madrid. 1 offside for United, 2 offsides for Atletico Madrid. And 5 corners for United. 3 corners for a side which goes by names of Atletico Madrid. Now, let's first talk about the possession. It doesn't average even the anticipation of Erik ten Hag from his players in every game they go to. 65%, 70% is the possession that he calls for, especially in such games. You get? But we got only 56%. Very much low from what we were really deserving. Even the passes, 481. I think in every game, Erik ten Hag would like to be having a minimum of like 600 or 700 passes put together in the game of play. So it shows you that in those games we are lacking, in those points we are lacking, but passing accuracy, 86%, not bad. Atletico having 78% in there for you, not bad in there for you. And something is going to look at again, the fouls, 19 and 14. When you do a lot of fouls, that means you don't have more of the ball. That's why you go ahead and really do fouls in there for you. So that's something that Ten Hag is going to go on and really look for. But good to play Atletico Madrid. Reason being, Atletico Madrid gives you a real shape of the teams you're going to face in the Premier League because it sits back and hits you on the break. That's what they do. They capitalize on every mistake that you make. That is a team which goes by Atletico Madrid. And that's what Erik ten Hag wanted to see. Can my team break down a team like Atletico Madrid? But obviously, the exclusion or Sancho not playing today really costed the season, costed us the game today, because you know that in most of the games we've been playing, it has been that right flank that has been really so much creative, with Sancho linking up with Diego Dello. Their link up is always great, and it's always called for sometimes when United is really needing a goal. And the way Anton Martial gets himself on the ball with that wing really is so much active, is really so much immense. But this time around, we didn't get him on the ball a lot, and the manager said, I'm not going to risk him, and he took him off the field, I think in the 70th minute, and he brought in Danny Van Beek and a player who goes by the names of Eriksson. Eriksson playing into the double midfield pivot alongside a player who goes by the names of Fred Rodriguez in the double midfield pivot. Oh, fear of God. Oh my God, I'm stretching. Don't know why. Kind of tired, maybe, but I think we are really going to get better. I'm sorry about that, but I had to stretch, guys. That is a call of nature. So Eriksson came in through. He played in the double pivot with Freddy, and at least we got control of the game back. Then Bruno Fernandes shifted off to the left wing. Rashford was turned into a center forward. That's what United really turned into two. And I think we had more of the ball when Eriksson came in through, because he is good each and every time he acts as a reference. You get? And Danny Van Beek. So they played very well, but all in all, it shows you that we are lacking. We are lacking in quality, and I really believe that we should get in more players at United, as being called for by the manager in the FA. So I don't know what you think about this game of football, but obviously we really lost. We really lost, but obviously I really believe that it's going to be a very good call. We're going in the Premier League, and the manager is calling in for more signings, and the board is really trying to really take movements. So I think this is the game that really shows you, or that really puts the board into a quickening mode, because they need, play Atletico Madrid. We've been beating other teams that can't beat it. Why not give the manager what he wants now, to see that really gets to the levels where it's supposed to be onto this channel, which goes by names of United Matters Television, or United Matters channel, sorry. So guys, thank you for watching again. I go by the names of Rock and David. That's what I had to talk about this game of football, as United played a side which goes by the name of Madrid, Atletico Madrid in the for you. We wait to see how tomorrow we are going to play against Rayo Vallecano, and so more and so much more in here onto this channel. So tomorrow, Atletico Madrid, I think it's going to be our last video today. I'm going to do the predicted lineup of United versus Rayo Vallecano at Old Trafford. Cristiano Ronaldo tipped to start into this game of play, as United plays Rayo Vallecano at home for the very first time since Erik ten Hag was announced as a United manager in there for you. Then Luke Shaw never played a part in that for you, but we expect to see them in a side which goes by the names of Rayo Vallecano into that game of football. But Tarek Malacia looking great. As I told you guys, I told you that this boy is going to take over Luke Shaw. And this is what you will always want and love, to see is that when you bring in a player, he comes in and hits the ground running to really set up competition with the players found in playing that position. Luke Shaw has been the left back of United for very many years. But tell me what? The coming in of Malacia is bad news for Luke Shaw, and we want to see them compete positively. And you know what positive competition brings? Winning. That's it. I'm out. See you later, but your reactions are welcome into the comment section below. Bye-bye.